Hey YouTube, this is Kweku from Next Gen Windows here to bring you another Windows 8 app review. Today's app review is Ultimate Cartoon Quiz. Ultimate Cartoon Quiz is a silhouette-based quiz application made by the developer Naked Ninja Studios. Uh, and what I mean by silhouette is that, as you can see right here in this picture over here, you can see that Lisa's picture, yes, that's who it is. Lisa's picture is a silhouette, and you're supposed to guess who that is based on the silhouette. So we're gonna make it easy on my life, and we'll just stick to Pokemon for this one. And you can see I've already solved some of them, and then you can click on them to see that you solved it. Now we'll go to this one right here. You can click on it, and it'll have a blank that you're supposed to type in the name. You're supposed to type in the name correctly, spelled correctly. So bear with me. Hopefully I spelled this right. I know what this is. This is a Steelix, so we'll try Steelix. And it makes a sound, and then it tells you that you solved it, and then you can tap here to continue. And then when you keep going on, there's a whole bunch of people here. I know who this is. This is Brock. And it makes another sound, and you just keep going through, and you just keep solving a bunch of quizzes. Not quizzes, but a bunch of silhouettes. You know, this one is the infamous Charmander, and so on like that. That's pretty much how the app runs. It runs really well. It's pretty smooth. You know, you can scroll through with your mouse, or you can swipe with your touchscreen if you have one. One thing I did notice though is that this arrow right here, it doesn't actually do anything. It's just more of a guide to tell you that there's more. So if you keep going, in fact, the arrow doesn't ever disappear. It just it keeps going and going and going. I was hoping that, you know, if you're say at the very left and there's more, you could click on this arrow or maybe just hover over it and it'll scroll a little bit to show more. And then when you get to the end, I was hoping that it would just disappear or it gray out so that you know there's no more. Because that's, you know, a little misleading, because sometimes you would think there's more and you can't click for more and you can't scroll for more. And that's the same little issue when I go to the snapped view. I was hoping that when you click the arrow, you know, it would bring in three more, you know, in perfect rotation. You can see that I was scrolling there, but if I was hoping you could click the arrow or hover over it for it to scroll over three more in the list, but it doesn't do that. So that's a little thing that I noticed that, you know, I didn't really like that well, a little aesthetic wise. But some cool things. Here's settings right here, game settings. The only option you have is sound, whether you want the zipping sound to be on or off, and you can reset your progress. And then also there's an about us. Obviously it shows you all their contact information. And then there's privacy policy, which goes to Internet Explorer. This is their website, and here's their website's privacy policy. And you can see that they do have it for Windows Phone and Windows 8 also. And then when we go back to the quiz, you can click on settings, and then you can go to permissions. Again, permissions is only going to allow you for app notifications. So I guess maybe if there's a new quiz available, then you can, you know, you can click on it and you can go into the quiz again and you can take a look at some more. And then you can rate and review, which goes to obviously the Windows Store, and it checks out more, you know, it checks out their reviews and everything like that. This app actually did get about 5 stars when I checked. So apparently it's a pretty good application. It's pretty smooth. It doesn't crash like some of the other applications that I've seen. But all in all, it's a pretty simple application. It does what it needs to do, and it only has a few little things aesthetic wise that I think should be fixed. Like again, the scrolling, like we see Disney stuff here. I'm completely clueless when it comes to Disney except for Genie right here. So I'll answer Genie real quick. And it makes a sound when you get it wrong, so you can hear that sound that happened. I have no clue how to spell Genie, so I won't even try. But as you can see in general, it's a pretty simple application. Again, my only gripe would be, in summary, this arrow right here. I wish you could do something with it. I wish you could click on it to go to the next page of you know, silhouettes, or I was hoping that you could hover over it to, you know, to scroll over it, similar to how the start screen is, where you can hover to the corner and it scrolls for you. And I was hoping that at the very end of a page that has nothing else to continue, I was hoping it could disappear or gray out. That would be the only thing that would be a gripe that this app would need to fix in order to be perfect in my eyes. So yes, this is Ultimate Cartoon Quiz from Naked Ninja Studios. You can check it out right now on the Windows 8 store and Windows Phone apparently. You can check it out on the Windows 8 store, however, for free. And if you want to pay for the premium pack, which includes one of these and no ads, it's another 149. But it's pretty cheap, as we all see. Um, but yes, it brings back memories if you grew up watching any of these things or dealing with any of these cartoons. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this application, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.